And
Chloe,
shooters PC is... Oh yeah, Chloe.
Shooter's shit out of luck. Yeah, Chloe could probably...
Yeah, I mean, I can join. Funnily, strangely enough, my laptop runs AC at like 70 frames a second. But I'm not driving with a control pad. I tried. It's really, really hard.
You can do the base
just
car.
hook up the VR and the wheel to the laptop.
But like 2 FPS.
Where's Chloe?
Said that it was going to arrive just for the race.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was late, very late.
So spectating does take a server slot, right? So like, if you were to spectate the race,
I think so.
it doesn't not.
I tried to
It
set up
takes
so
a
it doesn't.
server slot, but it doesn't take a driving slot. It's something kind of weird.
Well, now see, but that's what I'm wondering. Like, if we have 30 slots, that's the maximum the server can handle, right? So is that gonna?
You have spectator slots and driver slots, so they do not share.
Okay, I see. The thing is, I only ever tested this when it first released, when like the spectating thing had just come out. So it was kind of glitchy then. So
you have 3 separate channels. You have the driver spots, the broadcasting spots, and the spectator.
Really?
Yep.
I don't think the broadcasting slots are available yet, though, because that doesn't seem to be a server setting. I'm just wondering if say the server is 30 slots, right? Say it's 30 slots, there's 30 drivers in there, is there going to be able to have 30, that one extra for spectating?
Yeah,
like for shooter, for example, right?
Yeah, there's like 2 places where you can set the maximum amount of slots. There's like the part where you set which port and stuff it's using as well. You can turn that up. So I turned that up to 40, and I've turned the max clients override up to 40, and I've set the spectator slots to 5, and I think that should be okay. But I've not been able to test it because I need a full server, so we will find out.
Okay, well, I'll start streaming. I mean, even if I'm not going to do these races, I'll do some other stuff. Might as well.
So, Danny, can you kick off server 1?
Yeah, I can try. I've never done that before.
I mean, I think I can admin from spectator, so
that's what I'm thinking. Like, so if you're talking just like forming the grid or something, no, I guess we don't need to do that.
Well, we have
just have to talk people
57
through the procedure, right? That's it.
We have 57 in Discord, so we can either do 2 lobbies or 3. Assuming some people might prefer 3.
I mean, I would just go for 2. I mean, if everyone will fit in both of them, then yeah, 2's it's always better having a busier track.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Go for it.
So, what's the deal with the driver names in ACC? I remember seeing something about a link. It needs to match what's on the forums, but I'm not sure whether it needs to be the first name, last name, or the nickname that needs changing in ACC for it to kind of match.
Last name.
I think last name's the important one because that's the one that shows up both over your head and in the relative. Nickname, I have no idea.
Yeah,
above you.
Part of the purpose of the last name, and even if you just do it for AOR, is when we get your timing results, we can transfer that over to the spreadsheet easy enough versus trying to remember everyone's names from all different countries. If you follow what I'm saying.
Yeah. I get the idea.
This American will get very lost very quick. Unless your name's Jones, I'll
be right back.
Completely forget.
I accidentally just deleted my setup.
If at least on the timetables the fucking nickname showed up between brackets or something.
Yeah, look at Tudist. I mean, he made the first smart thing in his life, and put Tudist in brackets. That's very easy for us.
Yeah, Trip, I sent you a setup.
He's not listening.
I think that was all okay.
Oh, cheers, man.
Okay, well, it's 10 after here, so let's just go over a few things. To repeat, we're looking at your racecraft, so keep that in mind. You're not going to win a championship in an eval race, so be respectful of others. They're also trying to work and make sure that their racecraft is clean. The formation lap, hopefully everyone had an opportunity to read what we do with AOR. If not, questions now, please.
It's just odds on the left and even on the right, right? And then you have your acceleration, your warm-up zone and acceleration zone.
Will be odds on the right.
Right.
Because the odds always get the inside for turn 1. It's fair that way. But we'll be using the in-game full-length formation lap, but without the limiter. So you should see during the countdown, it should pop up at the bottom of the screen and say that the manual starts acting. Basically all that happens is once the countdown ends, you get control of your car. You can do an entire lap, staying in your position. Just don't overtake the car ahead. Try not to get back too far. The only person who's got a hard job is the guy who's leading. He's just leads everyone round at about 120 kph, and then everyone will form up just before the last 2 corners, and then you just take the normal roll and start over the line. It should be straightforward enough, just don't overtake anyone until you've did a whole lap.
So just to clarify, we're going to do a full lap, and then AOR?
No, the one full lap, and then it will start as you cross the line at the end of the first formation lap. But the formation lap, there's no pit limiters, there's no speed limits, and you won't get a penalty for speeding, so it's just pretty much like the normal AOR start, with the manual control. It just means we can dispense with the crazy stuttering limiter thing at the start.
What happens if you, on the formation, pass the car next to you? What happens
I
there?
don't believe it can.
Okay, just verifying. So, to go along with that, be very, very careful of turn 1. If anyone watches the series, that's all they talk about, turn 1. Or actually, it's turns 1 through 3. If for some reason we have a major pileup, don't be surprised if one of the heads just does a simple restart. If half the field's crashed out, then there's no point, right? So we'll just restart that. There's no mandatory pit stops, so those that are in the Git League, that doesn't apply for the eval race. If you do get major damage, feel free to reset to the pits. Like we just discussed, be very careful coming out of the pits. You're going to have cold tires, cold brakes, all that stuff, so stay off the racing line if others are coming through. We'll split this into 2 lobbies. Let me double check how many people are here. We got 58, so we'll have 2 lobbies. That's going to be in Tier 1, Tier 2 below us. That is a push-to-talk lobby. So you're going to have to keybind whatever you want to keybind to talk. FYI.
I'm not sure that works for everybody. It didn't used to work for me. I'm not sure if it does now, but
I've done it. I can do it on the Thrustmaster TX, and I can do it on the Fan Attack. So,
I mean, really, if you're probably not gonna use it often anyway. Like, just put it on your fucking space bar or your
that's a
control
good point.
button or something too if it doesn't work.
So to go along with that, once we divide up into 2 tiers and we get racing and going, keep the chatter to a minimum. This isn't a social, this is a eval. Should be treated like a league race, basically. If you have questions, feel free to ask. You'll get an answer. And please stay in Discord. I know some of you guys are streaming. If you are, you can mute the Discord, but stay in it in case something happens. You know, ACC crashes on us. You never know what could pop up. Are there any general questions for the new guys? I know there's a lot of AOR League racers in here, so this is kind of regurgitation here, but feel free to ask any questions.
I'm noticing on the pit exit here that there's no blue lights indicating faster cars. What's the kind of deal that you guys do with the exiting in this league?
So what I do is I keep an eye on the radar, and then I'm looking backwards. And my pit exit in that scenario is, you know, go slow. You're not gaining anything in an eval race to just jump out there, right? So keep an eye on the radar.
Sorry, guys.
Try to look backwards.
Green light, give it all you can.
Yeah. Not to jump out into the track, but the track merge or the pit exit merges into the racing line. When you come out of the pits, naturally or usually, what I'm used to is yielding to the faster car on track. So
Yeah,
that was still a.
Are exiting the pits, they not get hit by one of the other cars on the racing line. So yeah, but I mean, if you have your relative up, it should be quite straightforward. Like gap.
Another thing you can do is just simply let people know you're exiting the pit, right?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
When will we start?
We're going to be starting off pretty quick here. Just want to give everyone an opportunity to ask questions.
Yeah, I have a question. In the isolation zone, the leader can start wherever he wants.
Correct. Yep, it's on the leader to kick the race off. Just stay within that zone.
Do we have an admin in server 2 because the pre-practice
I'll be in
about
server
to
2.
finish, so we may want to do restart that session just so it doesn't roll to qualifying. Although I guess we could restart qualifying, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, I'll restart it when I get in there. I just didn't want to hear